Okay, folks, and here we have an article about some more YouTube purgings and whatnot. Just give me a second here. So, basically, if you have any videos that have mention or talk of using cryptocurrencies, get ready because you're going to get your videos deleted. Okay? um, you know, I'm I'm kind of meh about all this. I mean, I'm into 3D special effects and animations, right? What's one of the things you need to get? A video card. What do these people do? They buy thousands of video cards to do this Bitcoin mining, suck up all kinds of electricity for useless crap to make a couple of bucks, right? Meanwhile, they drive the price of graphics cards up through the bloody roof on all of us, making everyone from gamers to just regular PC users pay more. Okay, and it to give you an idea, there was a Canadian that they found out he had bought 64,000 graphic cards. 64,000. Okay, now that's by and far that's not the most someone's bought for this kind of thing. It's just you know, and then you go buy a graphics card and you see the word refurbished. You might not want to buy that card because it's been used quite heavily. And so anyway, they talk about a couple of people with small to medium-sized channels getting affected by this, right? And it appears the news publisher CNBC has escaped the call. So it's a non-lefty-ish thing, unless or non-mainstream media lefty thing. Um, and the whole thing is that they're trying to say they're protecting people from scams. Well, there's all that out there too, you know. And I was in a bit of a discussion with some people there last night that are in this Comics Gate, and I'm kind of like I don't know what you call member or not member, just observer or something. I don't know what the hell you call it because I got involved in it once, and it ended up getting me banned on Twitter by defending somebody who was being bullied, and then because I wasn't well known, one of the person's friends I was defending thought I was attacking him, and then he attacked me, and I just obliterated the guy, right? And we both got banned. It was kind of funny. And we're sitting there going, scratching our heads once we find out who we should be friends kind of thing. So we said that to Twitter. I got my account back. And this guy, Cecil, was, having a hard time too. And Twitter told me, guys, that they were being watched, these people. So I was kind of leery to even engage or say anything. But you know what? You don't say something to me and expect me to just sit in my ass. What was that comment really meaning, right? Like, shut up and stay away from people, just keep your mouth shut, kind of feeling. So anyway, Blender 2.8 came out. Really neat looking Blender files they gave out for free, and I rendered one up, and it was like this big wasp man. It was really high tech and cool looking, and so I post the image and just put underneath, don't let them bug you. And I get banned immediately again. And the only thing I can think of is that he thought I was like attacking him, and he reported me, because that's what these people are doing. They're reporting each other left, right, and center now about the new harassment rules. I've seen these, and it's like you got this war campaign bunch that, okay, I'm not even going to say it on my channel, the kinds of silliness that they're up to, but still. And I said to them last night in this other live stream, these other guys, because they're being harassed apparently by some of these clowns, right? I said, well, bring them here. See if they want to bother me. I says, I got friends. I can bring friends. And they're like, oh yeah, go get them, right? You know, like, no, that's not how it works. Okay, guys, number one, right? That's you don't do that to your friends. You don't just say, follow me around and sort out my messes all the time. You deal with it yourself if you can do it. So, here's the thing, right? I say this. The YouTube's got all these new rules about implied threats and stuff like this. This is why I wanted to say to these other people, I says, just keep calm. These people are not all there. Eventually, they're going to slip up and they're all gone, right? Whether it's on Twitter or not. I mean, Twitter, for Christ's sake. You got to be kidding me. The only thing I have a use for, I don't even really care about Twitter, honestly. You know what Twitter's got me? A total of 20 subs. In, what? 2-3 months? I mean, I just stick right on YouTube and I can outdo that. Doing nothing, by the way. Just absolutely nothing. I'm getting about a sub a day. Okay? Like, huh? You know, I'm nice to people. I say hi, how you doing? I go to their stuff, and I don't even say sub back to me. You know, I just that was neat video, and I watched the whole thing, and I make a comment that's in the middle of the video somewhere, so they know I watched their video, right? That's how you do it, okay? I just and I'm gonna say this, okay, to most of you, these people are just crappy at marketing. They're good at drawing stuff. Some of them, they just have awful marketing skills. Okay, terrible, just bloody terrible. I mean, I have yet to see one of them. Okay, make a comment on one of my videos, considering how much I've tried to help some of these guys. Number one. Actually, there is one, right? So I went back over and started hanging out with him and his friends. And he had a friend, this man in Korea, and he did a comic that I thought at the time was a bit of a scam. I thought he was pulling a joke, really. It was called Skunk Girl. Well, apparently he's one of the few people that actually ended up delivering a good product. Okay. I'm not a big fan of some of the artwork, but you know what? It's the fact that he did the job that he said he was going to do. That's how you get respect, okay? And unfortunately, I've been in a bit of a financial bind all year long, and I'm just finally getting out of it next month. And you know what? I think maybe I should be smart about it now that I know the Trump tariffs aren't coming, and just pull in some money to myself and get myself healthier, eating better, and all this other jazz first before I go and buy a new computer to get things going here. Because it's one of those things where if they can't recognize by seeing some of the things I'm doing as an artist that they might want to get involved in it, or have something and a couple of ideas to do some things, then maybe I shouldn't suggest the idea to them. Okay? And what I saw of Mr. Dillard there, when people were saying some things, he would go into his Twitter accounts and start yapping to these other people, right? And I've seen him do that shit before, and then it's like he's saying shit in 1 minute, and then he's doing a live stream with the guy like he's buddy, right? Like, guys, what do I say? What do I say, man? What do I say about that? I mean, I went in. I'm kind of a newbie member of the Fandom Menace, although I'm not. I would say I've been around it a lot longer than people realize. Right? There's a guy that's got 180,000 subs, And about a year ago, when Stan Lee died, or about that time, I brought 1,500 people, and he had 100 subs. And I gave him a couple of bucks there not too long ago, like, and he never even said thank you. Okay, that's the kind of shit that I'm talking about with most of you. You know, and it's part of the problem of when when I got around Tug, he was all about how it's supposed to be about the customer until he became not a customer and was making a book. Okay? That's the problem. Okay? He saw a place where he could pull in some money and do this and this and this and then, did you think I would go away? You know, that kind of deal. Like that, it's just hilarious how some of these people think. You know, and if you think that the universe is going to put up with negative forever, okay? Because all I see whenever I get into this is there's something negative going down. And it just gets to the point where you go, I got better things to do, people. Okay? Right? And I did this thing where I kind of tried to look into it in a psychological kind of view. And what I'm seeing is people that make money from this negativity, okay? And as the money starts drying up, as the rest of the people start going elsewhere for actual entertainment rather than that, this is where they begin to eat each other up, and they causing all the drama, and they think that causing the drama will bring in views. And initially it will, until YouTube then goes and makes new rules about stuff. And eventually, you're going to run out of places to hide because you don't fit. You don't belong here. Okay? You're not a creator. Okay? You're harassment waiting to happen on somebody for some rule that YouTube dreams up. And, I ran the largest hacker group the world's ever seen. Okay? And I didn't do it because I sat here and said, I'm white, Irish, Christian, and I'm in Canada. And the hell with the rest of you. I didn't say that. I wanted people who could code, people who could do things properly, and I didn't care about the rest. It's quality over quantity every time, or equality. Okay? I don't care if you're male, female, or you were a space alien. Okay? And that should carry, because in 26 years, no one ever, and no one who was ever in the 150 groups that were part of us ever got arrested for computer shit. Oh, sure, I'm sure there were some fights and arguments where somebody got arrested for something else. Whatever. Nothing related to us specifically, right? Anyhow, okay? I've got lots of stories on that kind of crap, and, you kind of gotta, you know, the universe, it doesn't put up with this stuff for long. And it goes for the far left and the far right. Okay? I just don't care about either ends of those streams. They need each other to exist, and they make themselves loud so that they appear to be a majority when they're just a tiny bunch of wingnuts. Okay? I'm not center of the road or whatever. I believe in capitalism to a point, as long as I don't have to hurt people to do it. Okay? But God be damned, you start messing with my friends, it, irregardless of YouTube rules, somebody's gonna, get stopped from doing it. Okay? I just don't care for this shit. Alright? I haven't even slept. Doing other things. I got so much to do. I just, yeah, you know. Uh, Like the first day that the rules come out, here's Mike Miller running over to the YouTube people, bitching and complaining, and having him and Edwin just going right at people. And yet, 6 months ago, they're all part of the same clique, being part of these things. Okay, like it's just. What do you do, eh? And then, okay, you got, I guess Doug Tenable was having some issues with getting some counts and trying to drum up support. I was over in E. Ortiz's stream and he was there and he says, so what are you up to? And I said, well, I do 3D special effects and animations. I used to play your game when I was in college. It'd be neat if you kind of dropped in and did a live and then we could talk about the video game. I got a gaming channel. It would be a big thing. I'd probably draw in more than my regular share of users for it, right? And he goes, well, yeah, that's kind of a neat idea. I'd be into that. He says, well, get in touch with me this week. We'll set it up. And okay, you know. Now I could see if somebody said, look, I got busy and think I couldn't do something, blah blah blah. But what this guy did when I come into his live stream, as soon as I did get a hold of him, he says, listen, the only way I'm going to come on your channel is if I can steal subs. What? What the what the hell is that about? You know? It was just the. Are you for real, buddy? You know? Because here's the fact. He would come on and I would tell people where his channel is, and they would probably, a bunch of them, go and sub to him. You know? That's implied. Having to actually say that is a goof move. Okay? It's a goof move. It really is. It's like saying if you don't get me some subs at this certain level or do this or do that, I'm not going to be there. You know, you're not doing something for the community to drum up support. You're constantly trying to push. You're pushing too hard. Okay? That's another thing, right? All I see from a lot of these people is somebody trying to sell me something all the time. I'm not here. If I want a freaking advertisement, okay, I'll just turn off the ad blocker, right? That's right. Now, on certain people's channels, I do turn that thing off. And I'll sit there and I'll watch the ads so they can make a buck. Some people don't deserve it, though. And, yeah. Like, should I even scan down into the comments here and see all the morons that speak and yap and think they know shit, right, about this Bitcoin crap, right? Well, that's kind of true, you know. Wait till January when you know, they lied to everybody, okay? They said the FTC recently uploaded a new set of guidelines, and they didn't. It's the same thing that was there 5 weeks ago that got everyone confused. And the only solution for non-Americans is to apply to the Content ID system, which then you block all American traffic, and you tell YouTube that you no longer want American traffic back, and that's how it works. Okay, I want to block incoming and outgoing American traffic. I don't want it. Okay. And if everybody if 81% of YouTube does that, okay, let's just say that you know, it's not going to affect us by losing 19% of our traffic. Okay, we'll get by. But Americans losing 81% of their potential traffic will be an issue quickly. That's when I started saying stuff like that around the universe of this YouTube. Okay, that's when suddenly some people started popping up. Oh, I went and talked to the FTC and they said this, this, and this. They didn't say anything to you that isn't in those rules from 5 weeks ago, where they then went and threatened people, everybody. So, Yep. You know, and here's the kicker, right? The next step after this is anyone who talks about this stuff, okay, will be getting a banned video, okay? Eventually here, what they're doing is they're slowly making it strict enough here that only people that are extremely serious about doing actual quality entertainment, okay? The rest of the Yahoo bills, as I would call them, are on their way out, okay? So when you see on Twitter Doomcock going, I lost 5,000 subs. YouTube's screwing around with me. No, YouTube, a week before the Copa thing, said that they were going to purge a bunch of inactive accounts. He's existed here on YouTube so long that he's accumulated 5,000 dead accounts. All right? Which is probably the majority of those. Probably a few of them got banned. There's probably some fake accounts in there too that other people have done and whatever jazz. Because I notice that the only people crying about it are people right gated around him. Okay? You know? You don't see me. I didn't, not only did I not lose any subs, I started gaining some. Okay? All my users are real ones. Okay? If you sign up to me and you're a fake user and you go away and you don't watch any of my content ever, I don't care if you get unsubbed to me. My actual sub count's a real count, you see. It's not inflated, it's not fake, it's not nothing, okay? And I mean, I know, and how do I know I have more users watching things than potential? I got 390 subs. How did I get 1,000 people watching a video? Right? Yeah, right, eh? And that was posted on lawyers' pages where if anything I said was incorrect, feel free to leave me a message which would notify me of your response, which none of them ever did, which tells me 90%, 99% of the COPA lawyers were full of shit. Okay? They don't want to address the fact that Content ID will save your ass. Okay? They don't, because they can't make any money from that. Right? They can't have you as a client now, can they, unless they freak you out and scare the piss out of you. And when I start talking like this and showing that it's true, guess who's getting subs? Right? So the next time anybody tries to say that I'm against this or that or against people and everything else, they can go fuck themselves. Okay? Like, really. Okay? I want everyone to succeed, as long as you're not causing too much shit for everybody where nobody's doing anything other than drama. I mean, Jesus Christ, the days of my lives, on YouTube, Like, I swear to God. I already had words about EBS a long time ago myself, okay? And it was just like, the very first video I uploaded, I had a young Turk threaten to murder me because he's not educated enough to know that the nickname Kronos isn't Muslim, it's goddamn ancient Greek, okay? And by the way, it's not the Kronos that ate his children, it's the even older god of time, okay? And Chiron was a titan of wisdom. He's also some kind of centaur thing, but you have to be educated to learn these things. And when you have a bunch of uneducated bums that are trying to mouth you off, look what they can do, eh? They go to gay porn sites and they get some dick pics. I guess they enjoy that. and they spam people on Twitter with it, which is like, go for it, man. Just do it, you know what I mean? Like, have fun, whatever. But anyway, it's sad because none of these people are doing anything productive. None of them. You got to wonder how do you eat, live, shit, and die when you're just doing nothing, right? So you got to wonder. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna play a video game after this, and oh, I'm having fun with that Warhammer game. There's so many mods, and so it's you know when it's on sale like this, it's a good deal. If you like strategy games, and I have yet, I have not yet. I've been offered to do some multiplayer with it, and I haven't done that yet. But holy jeez. And I've been upping the graphics in the game. The next time you see a video from me, it'll look a little bit better. Alright? I was just getting concerned that, other people were saying that, it would kill your graphics card and stuff. And it would if I installed Warhammer 1, which has the old Denuvo on it, which was really CPU intensive. Apparently, they might have done something with that where they've either updated it so it's more efficient and less, because I saw a guy, um, when you do a turn, the speed that I am used to be the speed even slower for him. Okay, and he was on a really fast computer. And now it goes right through the turn. Because usually what I do is when I go for a turn, I get up and go for a coffee, go for a pee, whatever, I can have a break, right? And I'm okay with it. I mean, considering how old this PC is, and that's the other thing I'd like to say. Considering the crappy tech that I'm using, all right, what is your damn excuse for not doing better with better equipment? Okay? Feel free to ask a question, because I'm not here to. I'm on disability for a bad back. I got hurt doing overtime. You know that thing where you do more work than usual, so you're not lazy. You understand, and you're making a good buck doing it. Okay, that's one thing to remember. Okay, and at the same time, this idiot that was rooming in the same place as me, he lost his job and didn't realize that I had worked for those Italians before. And he decided to come home and steal some beer off me. And at the time, I wasn't on any pain medicine or anything. I would get a six-pack, leave it at home, go to the bar after work, and just drink nonstop. In fact, I'd be sitting there, and I'm not a huge-sized person. And these giant bikers were sitting there going, "Watch that little guy drink, man. He's here every night. Look at this shit. Wow." And I couldn't get drunk. And just to give you an idea, I don't know who these people were, but they said, "Come on out in the parking lot, man. We'll help you out. We'll help you out, man. We'll get your back sorted." They're giving me all kinds of cocaine, and I don't know who these people are. They come back in, they're throwing up all over the place in the bar and doing all weird stuff, and I'm like, I'm sober still. I said, this stuff is garbage. They're going, "Fuck, it's the best stuff around. What the hell? What's wrong with you?" And I was, "I don't know." And then I ran into somebody, and he sorted me out properly with what I should be doing. And for 17 years, I was on pain medicine without any trouble with the law or any of this need for weird drugs and stuff like that. And now you got the governments running around trying to, screw with people. I mean, they take me off that, and they tried to give me an epilepsy nerve drug. And it made me feel all weird and wacky and didn't really deal with pain. I mean, like, what the? You give me brain juice to mess with pain? Like, what the hell is that? The nerves are in the back that are the problem, not the head, you retards. And per capita, up here in Canada, okay, our so-called opiate crisis is a tenth of what the per capita is of the U.S., okay? So to give you an example in math what that is, let's say there were, out of 1,000,000 people, 60,000 people died in the U.S. Well, out of 1,000,000 people in Canada, it might be 6,000, right? And those numbers are inflated, okay? It's not even close to that. I think we had 1,600 people in Canada die. 1,600. 50 million people and you got 1,600 people dying of that and you're bitching about it. What it is they're trying to get off topic on news when they do shit like that. Okay? I posted a video from Curious Droid here on the ways that human beings die in a single day. And I was shocked to find out that certain diseases that could be curable, we could be focusing on that rather than worrying about somebody who wants to take drugs and take the risk of killing themselves. Because and then I posted a video from the cartel from 2012, 6 years before all this shit's going on, how they're already know this is a setup. It's been set up with them to make them money. Okay? And how I know that is because this guy in the cartel is sitting there with all his buddies with machine guns in this documentary, thanking the Canadian and American government for kicking everyone off their pain meds so they can sell this garbage. And he calls it garbage. He says for 10 years we sell the mud, the weed, right? And then now we sell this garbage. And this is what we're getting with government. It's just going to be like Switzerland there where they have Needle Park. At the edge of every major city, there'll just be a place where all these people can go and just get stupid or get some medication properly. I don't know, whatever. Put a police department there and an ambulance and yeehaw. Have a nice day. Anyway, yeah. That'd be the one job a cop really doesn't want, eh? And to look after a bunch of wackos. Anyway, so the Bitcoin is the next step, and let's see what do I foresee here is the next thing after this. With the way that the harassment rules are, it'll be criticizing the media, okay, and then it will be criticizing corporations, okay, and then what you're going to get is basically if you're not in line with their worldview, you're gone. I mean, it's, whatever. And I still don't see anybody with a brain trying to set up an alternative. I mean, I could bring, if I had the bandwidth. See, that's the thing here. I don't have the bandwidth. I have the technical expertise to set up a YouTube anytime. I don't need them. It's things I'm doing, I'd still be doing, guys, regardless, right? It's just I get to share it with people, and I enjoy, that some people enjoy it, Like it's also the journey of learning all this to say that I can do this. And if I can do it on the old crap, imagine what I could do. I could be showing you guys if I had a new computer with Windows 10 on it and everything else, blah blah blah. But I don't want Windows 10. You see, I don't like peeping toms. Okay? Right? I've dated women that had kids, and it would disturb me if some guy was standing there at the window looking in on them, or me, because that's what your operating system does, and people are okay with it, which is really even more creepy. What's happened to this world, Another, I don't know what the heck. What in the world? Anyway, so a lot of these so-called Blender people are using Gumroad, and you can't use Visa with it. So, again, marketing is shit with some people. They're real smart. They can do amazing things, and then they bitch about that they're not making enough money, right? Well, if you don't know how to do your marketing for yourself, you're never going to make that money, okay? Part of the marketing is finding the ways that you can interact with the client and all the clients. Okay, there's 4.5 billion people on the internet, and somebody sells 4,000 comics. or makes $4,000 off comics. So they sell maybe, I don't know, what's 20, they sell 200 comics at 20 bucks. 200 comics. That's telling me you're doing something wrong. Okay? Now, part of that is the way that the system's set up with media exposure. Okay? How do I get media exposure? Well, first of all, when you're wandering around that universe, okay, and this is an experiment for some of you to try. Try never bringing up your political affiliations or whatever. Try that. And when you get somewhere where you're in another nation with another language, and they're speaking English to you, try and learn some of theirs. You know, it's just some common stuff, right? Show some respect, for Christ's sake. You know, and see how far it goes, because hey, I'm living proof, okay, that you know, you can do it. Remember that Kevin O'Leary? He offered me a job once. You know what he sold his company for? $4 billion. I was interacting with him here on YouTube. He was trying to say, don't be passionate. I says, you know, that is the most clueless, stupid thing I've ever heard you actually say. Unless you're actually trying to get people to actually be drones that could then just be buying stuff off you and not thinking about innovation so that you can do all the making all the money. Okay? Because otherwise, go screw yourself. I says, you know, I had all these jobs offered to me. I'm glad I didn't take any of them, because I'd be a different person. Okay? You know, the U.S. government wants me to do network security penetration consulting for them, right? They offered a bunch of us jobs, and the first two Russians land there, and within a week they just scooped them up and they disappeared. And you wonder why no one wants to work in the United States in this field for them, right? I mean, they can bitch and complain about all they want, okay? And I'll say this, the new Matrix movies are dead on arrival because the Wachowski brothers are now whatever the hell that's called. No one's going to want to watch that shit. And if I were Keanu Reeves, I'd be backing off of that one large. I'd say, nah, night, no, thank you. Anyway, yeah, this has been a long one because I had to get some feelings out of me, because it all comes down to, I started looking at all the old hacker files and all the old things and stuff like that, and how I could update this and update that, and I'm just going, oh God, you know, yep. Yeah. Doesn't take much. It just doesn't take much, eh? Anyway, have a good set of holidays here, people. Don't let people bother you. You know, you don't have to go crying into safe space BS crap. It's not normal, okay? And the world doesn't operate like this except in technology, right? And all I gotta say is, I'll agree with Mike Miller on one thing. If you see a guy laying on the ground and he looks hurt, or he's hungry, you don't just walk by the guy, right? Because it's a human thing to help him out, you know. One guy I did that for turned out to be running some big ass gang, and now any problem I got, he'll come down here with a half dozen people and talk to them in a nice way. Usually when they see that, most people just stop leaving you. They just leave you up the hell alone after that. Yeah, all I did was give him, I guess at one time he had a hard time, and I gave him some coffee, and I went and took him one time and got him some food, you know. You never know who you meet. Be nice to them, and you never know. Now I'm gonna turn this off, and you're gonna see my dad's watch, one of his rings, and a ring that I earned that I can legally show you because the the now illegal version has a sword going through it with a 1 on it. Let me see here if I can do this. Okay. There you go. See the little image up there in the upper left? There you go, boys and girls. Imagine that in someone's face. Trust me, your hands hurt just as bad as you know, whatever. People don't realize that part, eh? Yeah, okay, it may hurt their face, but it hurts your hand too. While we're not lying about things. But anyway, have a good one, guys, and just stop this. Okay, stop all the arguing and fighting because it's non-productive to anybody. Okay, and if there's a group of people who seem to enjoy doing that, they won't be around much longer on YouTube. Okay, they just won't be. Nobody will have to do anything because YouTube will see it themselves. Okay, that's another point to make. You know, you don't have to run off and be a little stool pigeon. It'll get sorted because one of the other things I'll say is I won't invite my friends down here to YouTube, okay, in a live chat that's being monitored by not only YouTube but by other things, okay, to start something. I don't do that. There's a reason why I said I'll go into a live stream, bring on the War Campaign guy, see if he wants to start something with me. See how he wants to do it with me. Right? Let him come sideways at me, and then we'll see what happens. Let's just do that. Let's have an experiment. I'm not going to say anything about it to anybody. Okay? How about that? We'll just see if it gets filtered around or if somebody's watching and then something happens, right? The guy'd probably get canceled, he'd get his account banned or whatever probably, and then he'd probably try to say I said something which there'd be no proof of because I didn't. I'm sitting right here, you know? Like the walls have ears in this joint, okay? You got people above me, below me, to the side and the left. They can hear everything I'm saying right now. And what I do in a day. So, how, you know, whatever. I probably won't upload this, but anyway. So yeah, there's my dad's ring there. This one had a sword coming through it with a 1 in the middle there, and there's his gold watch. This one was given to me. I saw this online and I had to buy it. It was yeah, last one of its kind. It's like a skull with gems on it, and you got it's brass, and it kind of has a wing, right, like that. It's a real neat looking thing. And it's so small, you can't use it. So that's why it's not wrong. Let's say that. Anyway, have a good one.